Imagine you're an actor and you get the call. The role, not just any role. You're being asked to become Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen, a man who could hold 70,000 people in the palm of his hand with a single note. This was the challenge handed to Rami Malek, and when he heard the news, his heart practically stopped. His first thought, this could define my career. But just 2 minutes later, a terrifying realization washed over him. This could destroy it. Think about that pressure. The weight of embodying a man who wasn't just a singer, but a force of nature. Freddie was energy, charisma, and raw emotion packed into one extraordinary human being. Every flick of his wrist, every dramatic pose, every soaring note was all pure power. Rami knew if he got it wrong, he wouldn't just be letting down fans. He'd be tarnishing the memory of one of rock's most beloved icons. So, he did what very few actors have the courage to do. He dove headfirst into Freddie's world, completely immersing himself. He became a student of Mercury. Rami spent countless hours poring over old concert footage, interviews, anything he could get his hands on. He wasn't just learning the lines, he was studying every subtle gesture, every glance, every nuance that made Freddie, well, Freddie. He trained his body to move with that iconic feline grace. He worked on his posture, his stage presence, even his breathing, trying to capture the same explosive confidence that allowed Freddie to command a stadium like it was his living room. But through it all, as he pushed himself to the limit, Rami remained incredibly humble. He once admitted, "I felt good about what I delivered, but I never gave myself too much credit. I tried to think like him, breathe like him, be him." This wasn't about ego or trying to replace a legend. It was about respect. Rami wasn't just playing a character. He was carrying a legacy on his shoulders. Then came the ultimate test, filming the Live Aid sequence for Bohemian Rhapsody. This wasn't just another scene. They were recreating what many consider the single greatest live performance in music history. The pressure was astronomical. Every actor, every extra, the entire crew knew that the world would be watching, comparing Rami's every move, frame by frame, to the real thing. There was no room for error. He had to nail the exact sequence of songs, the piano playing, the onstage banter, and that iconic strut across the stage. He had practiced it so many times it was seared into his muscle memory. And when the cameras finally rolled, something magical happened. Rami didn't just act like Freddie, he channeled him. The passion, the energy, the connection with the crowd, it was so powerful that it left the cast and crew absolutely stunned. They weren't just watching a scene being filmed. They were witnessing a resurrection. After all the hard work, after pouring his entire soul into the performance, the moment of truth arrived. The film was finished, and Rami waited, nervously, for the verdict from the people who mattered most, the remaining members of Queen. One day, an email landed in his inbox. It was from Brian May, Queen's legendary guitarist and one of Freddie's closest friends. The message was simple, but it carried the weight of the world. Brian wrote that watching the film had moved him to tears, and that he knew if Freddie were still alive, he would be incredibly proud. For Rami, that was it. That was the only review that truly mattered. "I'll take that to my grave," he said later. Think about it. All the awards, all the critical acclaim, nothing could compare to getting that kind of validation from someone who knew and loved Freddie. The story of Rami Malek becoming Freddie Mercury is so much more than just an actor preparing for a role. It's a profound story about what happens when dedication meets deep, genuine love for the subject. It's about understanding that you're not just telling a story, but you're honoring a life. It's about giving every ounce of yourself to bring that spirit back, even just for a moment. And for the millions of fans who packed theaters to see Bohemian Rhapsody it worked. As we watched the film, we didn't just see Rami Malek in a costume. We saw Freddie. We felt his confidence, his flamboyance, his vulnerability, and the soul of a man who completely redefined what a frontman could be. It's no surprise that Rami's performance earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor. But you get the feeling that the golden statue wasn't the real prize. The real prize was knowing he had done justice to the man he and so many of us admire. As Rami himself put it, to me, Freddie Mercury is the greatest performer who ever lived. So the next time you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, remember the incredible journey behind the performance. It wasn't just a movie. It was a tribute, a labor of love, and a heartfelt promise to let the spirit of Freddie Mercury shine on. Thanks to Rami Malek's incredible passion, dedication, and profound respect, Freddie's legacy continues to rock us all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.